Research shows that when we engage in even brief creative activity, like 5 or 10 minutes, our breathing begins to slow, our stress hormones start to lower, the brain shifts out of that downward anxious spiral, and the nervous system moves into a calmer state.
Hello, my creative friend. Welcome to the BDI Create Today podcast. This is a podcast where we'll discover the who, what, where, when, why, and how you can be creative or have more creativity. And together, we'll explore the extraordinary impact creativity can have in your life, in your heart, mind, body, and soul. And if we haven't met yet, I am Beth Buffington, a licensed artist, digital illustration instructor, and a creative coach living just outside of the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. But mostly, I am someone who is curious about how creativity can weave its way into our lives. Now, each week we're going to look at one or more of the sparkly facets that make up the ever-changing kaleidoscope that is creativity.
Hello, my creative friend. Imagine for a moment melting away your stress, not with a magic pill, not with an expensive contraption that you need to buy, but with your own two hands in just a few moments. So often we feel anxious or overwhelmed, and the message that we receive is something is wrong with you. You need to fix this, and you need to fix it fast. If you watch any amount of television, you're told there's a pill or an injection that will cure just about any malady that you're encountering right now. And most of them are costly. Many of them are complicated. And it seems that they all come with side effects that often seem worse than what you're trying to cure. Don't get me wrong. I totally believe medication has its place, especially for deeper mental and medical health support. I'm a big believer in medicine, but I think that many of us are quietly asking this question. Isn't there something natural that I could do today, right now, to help myself feel better? And that's what this episode is about. I'm Beth Buffington. This is Create Today. Today we're going to talk about creativity and how small, simple acts, small, simple creative moments can help calm your nervous system, lower stress, and build resilience over time. This is nothing fancy. It is nothing magical, nothing intimidating, just creativity doing what it does best, which is helping you become happier and healthier in heart, mind, body, and soul. Today, we're exploring mini creations. They are tiny bits and small moments of creativity that can make a big impact on your well-being. So let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how stress affects you? Do you feel your shoulders are hunched? Do you feel that you have a tightness in your jaw? Is your breath shallow? Your breathing more rapid? Do you get a racing mind, one that is a negative spiral that just seems to loop and loop and loop, especially at the end of the day or even worse at night while you're trying to sleep? The thing about stress that makes it tricky is that we often don't have time for long meditations. We don't have time to go and set up an appointment for a calming massage. So we often turn to something over the counter or a prescription remedy that will cover up what and how we are feeling. So here's where understanding the power of creativity and how mini creations can work to calm your brain, to lower cortisol and relieve stress. Remembering to allow yourself time for these mini creations can provide a powerful tool for your well-being. So you see, creativity meets and greets us wherever we are, in a waiting room, in our home, in our office, anywhere where we can pause for just a moment and create mini creations. And we're talking about small, simple, mini creative acts that really aren't creating art. They're not finishing a product. You're not knitting a sweater. You're not completing a painting. You're not writing a story. Much simpler, much more tiny. You're simply relying on a repetitive creative act or a mini creative movement that will give you time to exhale and slow down racing thoughts and your anxious brain. So these are mini, not many, mini creative acts that will quietly build resilience in your life. And just in case you're thinking, oh, Beth, what actually is resilience? Let's take a moment to define what resilience actually means. First of all, here's what it is not. Resilience is not about being tough. It's not about pushing and grinding through difficult times in your life. It's not about pretending that difficult things don't affect you. And it isn't the evaporation of anything that is unexpected or painful in your life. Resilience is your ability to return to yourself when the unexpected happens. It's about being able to notice, I am stressed, I'm worried, I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed. And it's being able to have the strength to find yourself without spinning out of control and allowing yourself to come back into balance. This gives you a better ability to think clearly and flex or bend against the storms that life will shower on you. And creativity has an amazing way of providing what you need to become or to remain resilient. And the best part, you don't have to be incredibly gifted with artistic talent to use creativity in powerful ways in your life. So let's see what we mean by that. And let's talk a little science, shall we? If you've spent any time being creative with me, you know how I like to share how science backs up the power behind creativity and what it provides us in order to be happier and healthier in heart, mind, body, and soul. Here's the good word. Research shows that when we engage in even brief creative activity, like 5 or 10 minutes, our breathing begins to slow, our stress hormones, like cortisol, they start to lower. The brain shifts out of that repetitive, depressing, downward, anxious spiral, and the nervous system moves into a calmer state. And what I love about this is how accessible creativity can be for you. You can be anywhere and be creative. And to benefit from these small mini moments of creativity and reap the positive benefits, you don't have to be good at art. So for those of you who are thinking, I'm not an artist, or for those of you who know people who say, I'm no artist, so this doesn't apply to me, think again. Your creativity doesn't need to be perfect or even finished to reap the benefits in your mini creation time. You just need to be engaged, curious, and present. And one last thing, you just need to have fun doing whatever mini creation you choose to do. So I promise you, you can do this. These tiny creative movements are effective because they interrupt stress, because you're having fun. And they don't overwhelm because there are no expectations, there's no deadline, there's no judgment. Let's pause for a moment to hear a word from our sponsor. This episode of Create Today is sponsored by Silva Sessions, the Creative Wellness Membership. If you are enjoying learning how creativity can make you healthier and happier, you will love Silva Sessions. This is a community where we explore creative health together. Inside Silva's sessions, you'll discover how creativity can support your well-being in everyday life. Silva Sessions focuses on 3 C's: core care, which is how we care for our bodies through nutrition, through sleep, through movement, and creative care, which is how to use your creativity to lower stress and anxiety in your life, and in community care, which is how connection with others helps you become a better person, helps you build resilience to weather the storms of life. If the conversation today resonates with you, Silva Sessions is your next best step to increasing your well-being and your health. You'll find the details in the show notes, or go to bdi-create.today and click on the Silva information to learn more about increasing your happiness and health creatively. Now let's return to our conversation about increasing your happiness and decreasing stress and anxiety through your mini creation. So what do I mean by a mini creation? Let's talk about that. This is something small enough that you won't talk yourself out of doing it. There's no pressure, there's no performance, no expectations, no judgment. This is creativity as a nervous system reset, not a productivity tool. So basically, you're not making something that you're going to give to someone or hang on the wall or sell. You're basically just getting messy. You're just experimenting. You're just having fun for a lovely moment or two. Now, you know I love a good list. I'm going to give you mini creation ideas that you can try today. So here's a few ideas. These are not rules, but just invites. You can use this list to actually do the things on the list, or use the list as a sounding board, as inspiration for something you might decide to do on your own. So here are 7 mini creation ideas for you to try today. Number 1, doodling. Doodle lines, doodle flowers, geometric shapes, or whatever your favorite doodle shape might be. Doodle. And you can doodle on anything: a notebook, on a piece of paper, a napkin, a paper bag. You can doodle on anything. And you can doodle with anything: pens, pencils, crayons, markers, Sharpies. It's easy. Have a doodle marker with you, have something to doodle on, and keep it someplace close by, and you'll be ready to doodle anytime you're feeling stress. Number 2, rolling clay or putty in your hands. So here you're just going to have a small piece of clay or putty, and you're just going to be rolling it into a little ball. Just concentrate on making it as round as possible, or roll that little log or a little snake. You can even create little shapes. As long as it's simple, just make objects with your clay: circles, squares, teardrop shapes. Now, clay you can easily take with you. You just need a container that has a lid that can be sealed tight on the clay, and that can be popped into any tote bag or backpack or handbag. Number 3, tearing paper and arranging it intuitively into natural shapes or geometric shapes or whatever form your imagination sees. Tearing paper has several benefits. A lot of people like the sound of the paper tearing. A lot of people like the texture that they feel in torn paper. And then there's that visual effect of you creating shapes with the paper that you're tearing. So that might be a mini creation that you enjoy on many levels. And it's easy to take with you as well. Number 4, writing a single sentence or writing a list of words that talk about how you are feeling. I also suggest you flip that perspective and start thinking about how whatever you're worried about could be useful, how this obstacle could become a hurdle that you can easily jump over. So flip your perspective and make that worry into something positive. Number 5, fill a small space with just one color. So here you're going to draw a circle and then you're just going to color that circle in. Just color it in and then maybe make a square and color in the square. There's something very grounding about coloring in simple shapes that you make. It also gives a place to channel your attention away from whatever is overwhelming you. So it is simple shapes that you're coloring in. And again, that can be done on scrap paper with just any pencil or pen you have nearby. Super easy to do. And number 6 is, if you want to be a little more elaborate with what you're coloring, have a coloring book that you keep nearby where you can just open it up and just spend some time coloring. My friend, there's something about a coloring book that takes us back to simpler days when we were children and we had coloring books. Those were days where we had time to color without a care in the world. It was just something we enjoyed doing. How many of you colored on placemats at restaurants while you were waiting for your favorite food to arrive? There's just a lot of good memories about coloring books in our childhood. So when you pull out a coloring book, it is a direct connection to moments where you did feel a little more carefree. It's a really great way to just allow that overwhelm to evaporate through your creativity. And number 7, and this one might take just a tiny bit of a learning curve. Number 7 is origami. Now, if you know some origami already that you can just do mindlessly without a lot of thought, this is a great mini creation that is going to allow your brain to do something repetitive with movements that you have memorized, and it will help settle your overwhelm as well. If you don't know origami, but it seems intriguing, learn just one origami shape that you can do that will be simple, that you can memorize. And then when you are feeling overwhelmed, you just get out that sheet of paper and you start making that paper airplane, that paper hat, or fold that little origami frog that you can make hop, or make that bird that you can make fly, right? Learn one simple origami shape that you can remember how to fold. This needs to be something that's easy for you to do without a lot of thought. So you're going to do it often enough that it is rote. You can make this bird, this frog, without a lot of deep thought. But this gives you 7 ideas that you can pick from. I suggest that you choose one mini creation that you really enjoy. Make it something that does not need mountains of time to set up or clean up after. With doodling, you need something to doodle with and a piece of paper. The clay, you only need clay. Origami, you just need paper. See, these are very simple things to do that don't need a lot of supplies. And choose a mini creation that allows you to take your supplies with you in a backpack or a handbag or a tote, in a pocket, so that when you are feeling stress, you can just pull out that little mini creation and start going through the motions, coloring, rolling clay, folding or tearing paper, coloring objects, etc. And allow yourself to just become lost in these repetitive motions. And after a time, I want you to reflect. What are you feeling? Have you allowed your breath to soften? Have you allowed your mind to concentrate on your creativity's motions? And has this allowed your brain to quiet down? Do you feel your breath flowing more freely? Have you settled your racing thoughts? Does this quiet your mind even a little? It's not going to make everything better magically, but it's going to help you settle down. Part of the success here is allowing yourself this creative respite and allowing yourself to concentrate on settling down. But each time you give yourself the permission to create, that, my friend, is resilience that you are building. Now, skeptics out there might say there is no way these tiny creative acts will make any difference in your life, but they do. And science backs this up. long term, having a mini creative practice is going to provide powerful improvements to your well-being. And let me tell you why this matters. Long term, you're going to see some changes. Each time you choose to concentrate on a mini creation, you're teaching your body something important. You're telling yourself, I can help myself by myself. You're telling yourself, I can make myself calmer, less anxious, less stressed by myself. And that builds trust in your strength, and that builds resilience. Now, stress is never going to disappear from our life. Creativity is not going to solve all your problems just by rolling a piece of clay in your hand, but it's going to help you settle down and find that resilience that will allow yourself to think clearer. So you will learn that you have more control of your emotions and your reactions when stress smacks you between the eyes. And that it all can begin with small mini acts of creativity. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or anxious by our world's breaking news that is happening right now, or politics that are screaming at us daily, or by extreme weather that is happening in your area right now, or a medical crisis in your life, or one that is happening to one of your loved ones, if that is happening right now to you, you are not broken, my friend. You just need to start giving yourself moments that will calm your worries and stress. So try incorporating a mini creation in your life today. Whatever that repetitive motion is, concentrate on that repetition and allow your stress to begin to melt. And if you would like to explore more about this path to better creative health, check out the show notes. It will tell you what else you can do with me today. And if you found this particular episode really helpful, if it's resonating with you, it's probably going to resonate with someone else that you know and love. So please share this creative goodness with a friend or a family member, because we need to share that gift that creativity has for you and for the world to become happier and healthier in heart, mind, body, and soul. So what is your choice for a mini creation that you can create today? Whatever you decide, remember that my wish for you is to, as always, stay creative, my friend.